I am sustained without effort, and I share without fear. I am sustained without effort, and I share without fear. This is the prayer ChatGPT gave to me when I told it I was going to pretend to be Muslim and celebrate Ramadan. My version of Ramadan being just not spending money while I was on tour. See, last Wednesday, Sneezy did a drive where we had to get up at 5 a.m. because we were going from Chicago all the way to Philadelphia. And Tuesday night, really late, before we can get to sleep, me and Abby, we were up late giggling, because that's how it goes. We need to get up early, right? You just can't. You just laugh and are out of control. And one of us made the joke, Sneezy is a Muslim band, because none of the girls in Sneezy can drive. And that was really cracking us up. And then we kept joking about how we were going to be Muslim. And eventually the joke turned into, I decided I was going to celebrate Ramadan, which my version of celebrating Ramadan was just not spending money. And what was amazing was that weekend, Wednesday, all the way up until Sunday, I spent $0, and I was sustained without effort, and I shared without fear. I managed to just get free food everywhere we went. You know, I think in the van, I just didn't eat all day, and I was sustained without effort. I didn't starve while we were in the van. Even when I got hungry, the hunger just passed, and we ended up at my aunt's house. Shout out Aunt Loretta. She had food ready for us. Thursday, again, there was food for us there. Our agent came, he bought us dinner. Friday morning, she had food for us. Then Friday night at the festival, we got free food Friday from the festival. 2 meals Saturday for free. I got free pizza. I don't know, free food just kept falling into my lap no matter where I went. And, we kind of had it as this big joke, but what I realized was that in those 5 days, I felt more convicted and more spiritually aligned and closer to God than I have in my whole life. Because the thing is Allah is just like the Muslim name for God. And phonetically, Allah is just all law, all encompassing law, right? And it really is just the same word as God. And you don't have to have all this crazy negative connotation. That's the terrorist God. It's no, who cares? Shut up. The thing is I think a lot of people, myself included, have a bad connotation with the word God because of how gay and fake a lot of Christians in America are, and how gay and fake a lot of the organizations in America that purport to be churches, to be houses of God, to be, in stewardship with the divine creator. And I found that when I was able to come to a relationship with God, literally coming from a joke, it was really oh, we got to pray to Mecca 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of making a mockery of a practice that people do. But in that mockery, I'm filled with joy in the moment, and I'm laughing, and I'm legitimately actually practicing gratitude and practicing trust in providence, and trust that I am sustained without effort and I can share without fear, and trusting that food will show up and that I will be taken care of, and that I can just share. I can walk around the festival with a toy keyboard and just make up songs for people and trust that I'm going to be okay, that food will show up when food needs to show up. And I just think a lot of people shy away from being religious because of how serious it is. But I think the less serious you are, actually, the better. The more you are just in a mindset of play and flow and goof, and more open you are to just what if? Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, this is cool. Ooh, let's do that. Let's be creative. Let's move the space. Let's try this. The more close to God you actually are, because I think God is just playing with the universe. Look at these trees right now. Look at this. This is just God playing. That's all this is. It's just play. It's God saying, what if this thing came out of the ground like this? What if this one came out like this? What if this one came out like this? It's just a state of play. And prayer from play is so much more powerful than this prayer from fear, this prayer from an organization, this prayer from a fear of authority. And I don't know, man. I met Shaq this weekend. I was on stage with Shaquille O'Neal at Elements Music Festival, and we gave him a Sneezy shirt. And he said to Abby and Brett, "Good luck to your funk band." And like, it's crazy that like in the weekend where we pretend to be Muslim, where we keep saying Allah will provide, where we keep saying I am sustained without effort and I share without fear, we are sustained without effort. We're giving the opportunity to share without fear, and we get to meet Shaquille O'Neal. We get to make music for thousands of people who are hungry for something beautiful, and we get to share that beautiful, amazing thing with them and make them feel so excited that they came to this festival. You know, at the festival we didn't sleep at all. There was EDM music blasting till like 8 a.m. every day. So I just like did not sleep. But Allah will provide. I'm sustained without effort and I share. I'm sustained without effort and I share without fear. I wanted to, I'm all hyped up on this. You know, I went to an open mic with Abby last night and just like showed up with a bunch of love. And it was crazy to walk into that setting to see all these people who are filled with fear, who are constantly feeling like they need to prove to themselves, who are going to a job they don't like and then coming to an open mic to beg for 5 minutes of stage time, 5 minutes of creativity. And a lot of them, they reek of fear and reek of desperation. And then the art they make is so manufactured and fake. And Abby and I went on stage basically with no plan. I just like said whatever I wanted. I yelled at the crowd. I spoke soft to the crowd. I was intimate. I was angry. I was silly. I was wild. I was lackadaisical. I was weird. And like, I just saw these people, like, some of them I shocked and scared, and some of them I really moved. And I like hugged everybody when I left because I sustain without effort and I share without fear. And I just realized, like, when your cup is overflowing, it's like really easy to give love to other people. And I just want to highlight the power of comedy, the power of play, the power of doing a bit. Like, fuck being serious. It's literally retarded to be serious. Like 99% of the time, if you're having fun and playing and focused on just like, how can this be fun? What's the most fun version of this I can do? You'll actually succeed. You'll be an inspiration fountain. You'll blow people's minds. You know, we had an album order over the weekend of somebody who did an online order of our new album, and they lived in downtown Chicago. It was like a 40-minute drive away. And rather than mail it to them, I texted her and said, "Hey, this is Danny from Sneezy. Would you be down if we came and hand delivered the album to you?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm working from home all day. I'd love that." And then later in the evening, me, Brett, and Abby went. We filmed ourselves doing it. You can check out the Sneezy Instagram to see that video. And we made her, not only her day, we made her week and her year. She told us she saw us when we opened for Pigeons Playing Ping Pong at the Vic back in April. And she was like freaking out and was so excited. She made Sneezy as a funk band bracelets for all of us. And like, not only did we like really make her day, I know she went and told a bunch of people about it. We posted the video online, which a bunch of people were excited about, made a whole bunch of people's days. The safe, easy, serious thing to do would have been to go to the post office and mail it to her and keep it professional. We said, no, like, screw this. We're going to come to your house and we're going to hand deliver it to you. And it opened up so much more love in her heart and our hearts. And because our cup is overflowing, we said, yeah, you know, we'll drive almost a 2-hour round trip, you know, hour and a half, 2 hours to drop this off because Allah will provide, God will provide. And my cup is overflowing and I am sustained without effort and I share without fear. And we can hop in the car for 2 hours to deliver an album by hand because we know we are sustained without effort and we can share without fear. So, yeah. Become Muslim as a joke. Don't spend money. Don't be a consumer. Trust in providence. Know that you are taken care of. You know, there's a Bible verse I was thinking about right before I hit record where I think I'm going to screw it up. I don't care because it's not that serious. You'll understand the meaning if you listen deeply. I think Jesus is yelling at some people because they're being little bitches. And he is like, are the birds in the sky not taken care of? And they don't even sow seed. It's like, why are you so worried? It's like the birds just fly around and then food shows up. We're constantly worried about food, about money, about rent, about approval, about being a real artist, about telling the best joke, or I hope people like my song that I wrote. Oh, I'm so worried people aren't going to like it. I'm never going to share it with anyone. And instead, if you just sing, dance, tell jokes, express yourself, trust in God, Allah will provide. It's amazing the magic that just starts to happen around you. It's amazing how you actually open the door to get on stage with Shaq in front of 10,000 people. And you know, today it's what is today? Wednesday? Yeah, I haven't eaten yet. I woke up like honestly around noon, because I went to bed at like 4, and I haven't eaten, and I'm not even hungry. And like, I don't know, I have eggs in the fridge, but maybe I'll eat them tomorrow. Like, Allah will provide. Maybe food will show up or it won't, but I like feel nourished. I feel like spiritually nourished. I don't feel hungry. And I look good, mofos. Look at that. Yeah, boy, anorexia. It's where you don't eat food and call it fasting. It's really good for you though, because you realize hunger is just a feeling and it's fleeting. You realize how consumeristic it's easy to get and how much our culture encourages being a consumer. You know, in the tour van, we will drive all around the country, and sometimes we drive literally all day, 10 hours, 15 hours. And so we'll stop at 5 or 6 gas stations. And it's so tempting to grab a little snack, get a little treat, get a little Mr. Beast bar while you're on a gas station, get a little chocolate bar, get a coffee, get an energy drink, get a gas station pizza. And like, none of it really is nourishing. So 2 hours later at the next gas station, you want to get another one. And all of a sudden, like, $5 here, $3 here, $8 there. At the end of the day, $30 was sucked out of you, and you're still not nourished. And just finding spiritual nourishment from knowing like your creator isn't abandoning you, and like you can't abandon yourself. And if you've found your tribe, if you're with people you love, you and your intention is to create, to be overflowing in your cup and share joy and love, and to come from love, even with a snarky joke, even with a like righteous anger, even in all situations, if you're coming from love, Allah will provide. So here's the prayer that I've been saying that's been really helping is, I am sustained without effort and I share without fear. I encourage you to occupy that mind space, and when you go to make art, see if you can share without fear. See if you can make art without fear. See if you can trust that you're sustained without effort. I think a lot of people think art has to be hard. They think songwriting has to be hard. And sometimes it is. Like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I sit down and write a song and it's like, and I'm like battling myself. But like, that's not the default state. That's not where it has to be. Making art can be free and flowing and easy. You can just sing and whatever comes out can be good. And you don't need to worry about if you have a good voice or if you have the right technique or what your parents would say or what your friends would say. You can just sing and share and look at the trees and be inspired by the beauty that God put all around you. Be inspired by the beauty that God put all around you. This is a piano YouTube channel. Don't forget to practice your scales. All right, I guess I should do a call to action at the end because I don't know. I don't really care. I just like making these, and I'm just trying. My goal is just to inspire one person with each video. And if one person watches this video and feels more connected to themselves, more connected to God, and more brave, more willing to take courageous steps, then that's what I want. But if you're interested in learning more about me, I can put some links down below for Sneezy's website, for our music. If you want to go to our store and buy a hat, that would be pretty rad. If you live close enough to Chicago, me and Brett literally might hand deliver it to you. So Allah will provide. Love you all. Bye.